My name is Tyler Johnson. I am a professor of political science at the University of Oklahoma. And as far as my reactions to this election go, it's a clear victory for President Obama and a somewhat stronger victory than a lot of people anticipated. I think people saw polls that said the popular vote was going to be close, that Obama had some advantages in the Electoral College. He's winning the popular vote and is probably going to win it by 2 or 3%. He's won the Electoral College by 60 or 70 votes. So it's a much clearer victory than many had anticipated. I think it's also important to kind of keep in mind here that we hear a lot about negative advertising. Hundreds upon hundreds of millions, probably into the billions of dollars were spent on advertisements. And the bulk of those advertisements were negative, and yet turnout is still pretty strong. It's not as if many people were alienated from this election because of those advertisements. And we know that people learn things from those ads, so it's not as if they have an overall negative effect on society. That we see things like name recognition and recognition of policies and the details of what each candidate would or would not do increase over time. So there are benefits to all this negativity, surprisingly. People gnash their teeth about negative ad after negative ad after negative ad, but there are some positives that are inside these developments. The other thing that's interesting is that Democrats seem to be cobbling together this coalition of winning women by decent-sized margins, and women are becoming a larger part of the electorate, winning African Americans, winning Latinos, winning Asian Americans, winning young people. And this is a pretty solid coalition moving forward for Democrats. Republicans are going to have to find ways to appeal to these groups if they want to win presidential elections in the future, or they're going to have to find different types of candidates that might be appealing to. I think that the candidates, because of some changes in technology, are becoming a bit more efficient in their ability to transmit some of these messages directly. It used to be where they were very dependent on newspapers and television stations to get their messages across, and if they didn't want to go through those routes, they had to spend and spend and spend to run advertisements. Well, now we have these social media paths where they can use Facebook and Twitter to send messages, to transmit videos and pictures, to pull people to their websites, and so they can get that message across directly in the way they want to, and they don't have to spend as much money as they used to. However, we're seeing the situation now where laws have opened the doors for all sorts of outside groups to spend that type of money. So to some extent, the candidate's message is being muddled by the fact that we have all these new voices entering the arena.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. My pleasure.